Did you know there's one simple, often ignored exercise that can seriously improve your walking? Even if your knees sound like bubble wrap and you haven't power walked since the Clinton administration, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that exercise is, why it's so important, especially if you're over 50, and how doing it daily can help you walk farther, faster, and without wincing like you just stepped on a Lego. Stick around until the end, and I'll even show you how one of my patients tripled her walking distance and ditched her cane in just a few weeks. No magic potions, no goat yoga, just one powerful move. But first, let's talk about the root of the problem. People come to me with the same 3 complaints. 1. I can't walk as far. 2. I can't walk as fast. 3. Walking just plain hurts. Sound familiar? Here's the kicker. These issues tend to get worse with age. But here's the good news. You can reverse all 3. Yep, all of them, with one simple move. Now, picture your body like a bicycle, a slightly creaky, well-loved one. Frame? That's your bones and joints. If those are wobbly or weak, the whole rig collapses. The wheels? That's your muscles. They're what move you forward. So if they're out of gas, you're going nowhere fast. And the handlebars? That's your nervous system, balance, and control central. Without that, you're just hoping for the best, if even one of those parts is off. Your bike becomes slow, unsteady, and about as fun to ride as a unicycle on gravel. The problem is, most exercise programs only target 1 or 2 of these systems. But I've got one exercise that hits all 3 at once: bones, muscles, and nerves. The whole enchilada. This is how you can walk better, longer, and pain-free. But hold your horses. Before we get to the move, there's one more thing you need to know. If you skip this next part, you might do the exercise wrong and end up walking like a penguin on rollerblades. So pay close attention. This next bit could make or break your results. Let me introduce you to one of my favorite comeback stories. 55-year-old client of mine who went from hobbling around with a cane to strutting around the block for nearly an hour like it was her own personal catwalk. And she did it in just a few weeks. Now, she loved walking with her friends, until a back surgery and an injury turned those strolls into more of a shuffle. When she came to me, she could barely walk 10 minutes, and that was with backup. So I handed her one secret weapon, just one simple exercise I'll show you in a sec, and told her to scale back to walking just 5 minutes a day. Yep, less. Counterintuitive, I know. But trust the process. Then came the real magic. I asked her to increase her walking time by 20% each week. Nothing crazy. Just small, manageable chunks. This is what I call the golden rule of rehab: consistency over intensity. And spoiler alert, it works. Fast forward 2 months. She had doubled her walking time, tossed the cane aside like an outdated flip phone, and her balance was better than it had been in years. 3 months later, she was keeping up with all her friends on their daily walks and beaming with pride like she just won a medal in the over 50 Power Stride Olympics. So what's the moral of the story here? Progress doesn't have to be flashy, fast, or Instagram-worthy. It just has to be steady. The real key to improving your mobility, balance, and walking is embracing those small, consistent steps, like a turtle with a purpose. Remember, slow and steady doesn't just win the race. It actually helps you enjoy the walk. Now that you're officially initiated into the golden rule of rehab, aka consistency hero workouts, let's jump into the exercise itself. Start by standing with your feet shoulder-width apart and lightly holding on to a chair or countertop. Unless you like living dangerously, in which case, still hold the chair. First move, shift your weight forward onto your toes and lift your heels off the ground like you're trying to peek over a fence. Hold at the top for 5 seconds. Embrace the calf burn, then slowly lower down. Next, flip the movement. Rock your weight back onto your heels and lift your toes like you're trying to flash your socks to the world. Again, hold for 5 seconds. Repeat that glorious cycle 10 times. Heels up, hold. Toes up, hold. It's like a strength dance for your lower legs. Here's what's happening under the hood. Toe lifts fire up your tibialis anterior. Yep. It's a fancy name for the muscle on your shin that helps you clear your toes when you walk, aka your personal anti-trip force field. Heel lifts wake up your calves, which are the engines that push you forward as you walk. Both of these moves also throw in some much-needed love to your ankles and foot joints. But wait, We're not done. If you're feeling confident, and only if it feels safe, try doing the same movement with just 1 or 2 fingers on the chair. Or gasp, let go completely. Welcome to the Balance Challenge, where your nervous system finally gets invited to the party. Let's recap. We've just strengthened your muscles and joints. Think of it like giving your body a brand new bike, frame, and upgraded pedals. But now, we've also added some fresh handlebars, balance, and a killer brake system, control. You're basically turning into a finely tuned mobility machine. I recommend doing 10 reps of both the heel raises and toe raises twice a day, and increasing that slowly by about 20% each week. That's right, slow and steady. You're not launching a rocket here. You're rewiring your body to walk like a legend. Now, if that felt too easy or way too challenging, don't sweat it. I've got 3 variations for you. 1. Seated version. Easiest. You can do this while watching TV or avoiding doing your taxes. Sit down, raise your heels and toes just like before. Bonus. Press down on your knees for some added resistance. Point 2. Step up challenge. Intermediate. Stand on the edge of a step, holding onto a railing for dear life. Place the balls of your feet on the step, let your heels hang off, and go through. The same heel/toe lifts. This gives your ankle joints a full range of motion workout. It's basically leg day for the ankles. 3. Single leg warrior mode, advanced. Stand on 1 foot and do the heel/toe raises. This is the ultimate balance and strength challenge. Perfect if you're looking to graduate from I walk to I glide. Start with 5 reps per leg and go up 10 to 20% per week. This was exactly how my client rebuilt her balance and reclaimed her walking ability. So if she can do it, so can you. And hey, if walking's not your only challenge, don't worry, I've got you covered. There's another sneaky life obstacle waiting just around the corner, stairs. But I've got a video for that too. Click over to discover 3 simple exercises to conquer stairs pain-free and feel like Rocky at the top again. I'll see you there.